The Trans-Himalayan Economic Corridor under Nepal as a gateway. Historically, Nepal has prospered until the advent of the East India Company into the subcontinent. Historically, Nepal was an economic corridor and a civilizational bridge between adjoining northern India and Tibet. Following the calamitous loss by the Nepal in the Anglo-Gorkha War of 1814-16, it was territorially reduced in size by around 33%, and its prevalent national geopsychology was transformed from an emerging Himalayan empire aspiring to be an economic and cultural bridgehead between India and China to simply of a yum between the two bread or yum between the two boulders. Subsequently, it sought to look inward and close its doors to the outside world. This lecture attempts to examine the idea of a trans-Himalayan economic corridor, which is centered on Nepal. It is based on a firm belief that a trans-Himalayan economic corridor can profoundly transform the entire southeastern Himalayan subregion and the Ganges basin, where most of the world's absolute poor and deprived people now live. Can this trans-Himalayan economic corridor extend benefits for all? The southeastern Himalayan subregion and the Ganges basin needs a big push in the infrastructure investments, coupled with far more robust annual economic growth rates to meet the challenges posed by its poverty, mass unemployment, and the massive underemployment of its human capital. There are also the risks arising from the natural disasters, climate change, global warming, and not the least, water, food, health, and energy security in threats. Amidst the development and the security challenges faced by the Himalayan subregion, the emergence of Asia as a world economic fulcrum led by China, and a China that is in the throes of its Look West national strategy offers grand opportunities to deal with these challenges. The Southern Silk Road, which existed historically, it commenced in the Yunnan province of China, connecting it to the northern Myanmar, and then the northeast India, then via Bangladesh to the mainland India up to Nepal and Tibet, and with a loop back to Yunnan. The Southern Silk Road, it was believed, was at its peak in the 13th century with the Mongol dynasty flourishing, but it declined in the 14th century on account of the isolationist policies followed by the Ming dynasty of China. It was also called as the Tea and the Horse Road. However, this has received a scant attention. It was, if you like, the predecessor to the Bangladesh-China-India-Myanmar economic corridor. Yunnan is planned as a bridgehead for the inter-regional and the sub-regional integration with Myanmar, Bangladesh, and the northeast India, just as China's Xinjiang is planned to be a bridgehead with the Central Asia, and from there to the rest of the world through Afghanistan and Pakistan. And China is trying very hard to revive this more popular Northern Silk Road. Imagine the prospects the One Belt One Road or the extended to South Asia will bring. By executing the BCIM corridor and furthermore reviving the Southern Silk Road to connect the Tibetan plateau to Nepal and extend it into Bihar and Uttar Pradesh in North India, and beyond that by both rail and road, and even later on by energy grids. It is indeed a vision of grandeur where all of Asia, North, Central, South, East, and West, will be connected by China to Europe and Russia by road and rail. Even so, integration possibilities with Tibet and the Sichuan province needs to be studied and explored for Bhutan, Nepal, North India, with and without the extension of the BCIM EC with the new destinations. The BCIM corridor could be extended to Nepal to realize the BBIN vision of Narendra Modi government. It will also permit India's northeast to be connected to another Himalayan corridor through Nepal by land and the potential to have the BCIM countries connected in the near future to the railway network of China with the Lhasa-Kathmandu-Lumbini railways. Such a rail link would make it possible for Bangladesh, Bhutan and Nepal to trade by land with Pakistan and Afghanistan too. Nepal has made it clear that it wishes to act as a Himalayan land bridge between the Central and the Southeast Asia. Thus, it would welcome the southern Obo to be connected with Europe and also welcome the extension of the Chinese railway into the Kathmandu and Lumbini, the birthplace of the Lord Buddha. Nepal's King Gyanendra raised the idea of Nepal as a transit economy when he proposed this at the second South-South Summit at Doha in 2005. The strategic policy was well incorporated in the country's annual budget of 2005. Further, the king asked the finance minister to lead a delegation to Lhasa and Beijing to discuss matters about opening more routes on the China